The Chinese philosopher Confucius once said, "He who pre-order and buy on day one endeth up with massive burn hole in wallet." Well, it might have been Confucius, or it might have just been me yelling at the sky outside Greg's. But guess what? The game industry's got flamethrowers now, big, solid, gold-plated ones, and they're setting fire to your wallets with them like it's your average, mostly peaceful protest.
Everything burns.
Because here we are, folks. We're not just in the age of next-gen graphics or revolutionary AI, but we're in the age of the $80 base game. That's right, 80 damn quid for the standard edition. The imported products from the local Albanians are more competitively priced. No season pass, no DLC, no kiss on the cheek, no being taken out to dinner, just you, your bank account, no lube, and a gaming industry that wants to bend you over, pull down your pants, and drive the game train straight into your wallet like the missus drives the car into the next door neighbour's Toyota Prius.
That's gotta hurt.
But it's okay, the publishers assure us. It's all about value. And nothing says value like spending more money on highly polished and usually highly broken bullshit, just with better lighting. It's the usual suspects: Microsoft, Nintendo, Take-Two, each playing their part in the magical stage act known as "it costs more to make games now." Sure, okay, fine. Games have bigger teams. They've got more writers, more artists, more sound designers, more coders, more people in meetings having meetings about the meetings they need to schedule about the meeting to discuss the monetization plan. And yes, Cyberpunk cost a metric ton to make. 174 million on dev, 142 million on marketing. That's enough to bankroll a revolution and still have spare change for a small Caribbean island. But let's not act like these companies are building rockets to Mars. They're selling us fantasy worlds and charging us space tourism prices to enter. But is it worth the extra cost to us?
How about new?
Ubisoft's Skull and Bones may have cost up to $850 million. For what? The privilege of paying 70 quid for a pirate simulator that contains no sword fighting, no real story, a repetitive grind in an empty world whilst offering virtually no pirate fantasy whatsoever. A game hyped to be the successor to Black Flag, which was in production for over 10 years and cost nearly $1 billion to make. Have you got any idea what I could do with nearly 1 billion quid?
I'm gonna go build my own theme park with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the park.
This isn't value, this is corporate triage. Shovel out a shiny product, hope the whales buy early, and if it tanks, blame market volatility and then fire 200 QA testers in Baton Rouge.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Credit where it's due. Every now and then, gamers do remember that they have a pair of balls. So Borderlands tried the $80 dance and fans went full f off, mate. Randy Pitchford, a man who has a name like that of a character out of Brokeback Mountain, even got him on the action with the kind of comment you'd expect from a man who thinks loot boxes are character development. If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen.
Shut up, you
Oh, will we, Randy? Will we really? Shall I harvest a kidney to unlock the Vault Hunter starter skin? Maybe I'll sell the baby to unlock the pre-order bonus. Perhaps barter my way into the Super Deluxe edition using Tesco club card points. As you can imagine, the backlash was swift and, miracle of miracles, Gearbox backed down. The price dropped to $70, still high, still a piss take, but at least it's not a complete undignified pants down. Publishers can be moved. You just have to yell loud enough and threaten to cancel your pre-order, or even perish the thought, don't pre-order at all. Shout loud with your wallet. And let's not pretend this is new. This all started with the Horse Armor DLC. You remember that, right? Oblivion, 2006, $250 for a shiny saddle bling. Mocked at the time, and yet it's sold. And from that tiny transaction birthed an entire empire of nickel and dime mechanics. Today it's $80 for a base game that launches broken, has a roadmap instead of a finished product, and still asks you to pay another $40 for the ultimate immersion bundle that comes with 3 emotes and a gun that looks like it came from an adult novelty store. And here's the real kicker. You don't even own the bloody game. Not really. You paid 80 quid for a glorified permission slip, a digital handshake, a license to access data stored on someone else's server until they decide you don't anymore. You can't lend it to a mate, you can't trade it in, hell, you can't even guarantee it'll launch if the servers are down or the publishers pull the plug. Single-player games now come with an always-online DRM, meaning that if Ubisoft has a nap or EA stubs its toe, your expensive new purchase is suddenly a glorified loading screen.
Digga, wie unfair! What the fuck? Das ist so todeslow!
You're not a customer, you're a temporary guest in a collapsing hotel. One day you'll boot up that game and find a 404 error where your fantasy adventure used to be. This isn't the price of entertainment. This is the price of being a mug.
You should never underestimate the predictability of stupidity.
But it doesn't have to be like this. No, seriously. There are devs out there still making games with apparent integrity, polish, and the rarest of qualities, self-respect. These are the games worth supporting, not because they're inexpensive, but because they respect your time, they respect your money, and they respect your intelligence. Unlike certain other companies that want to try and sell you a deluxe carrier bag for $159
Are you dumb?
So, what now? Well, a frog placed abruptly into boiling water will immediately leap out. But if the frog is set in lukewarm water that is slowly heated, it will not perceive the increasing danger and it will remain in the water until it's too late. Well, we are the frog and the heat is getting turned up, and I don't know about you, but my balls are starting to burn and I'm quite ready to leap out of the pot. If $80 flies, 90 will follow. If $90 flies, then 100. Then who knows, maybe you'll be paying $120 for a game. Anyone who owned a Neo Geo back in the 90s will know exactly how that feels. Maybe we may end up paying as much for a game as the cost of the console it's actually played on. And here's the truth no one wants to say out loud, but gamers need to grow a pair. It's time to stop bitching and whining in comment sections. It's time to stop screaming at the sky at the sheer injustice of it all. Stop throwing money at the same companies on launch day like Pavlov's bloody dogs when the bell rings. If you don't like being rinsed like an OF chick at spring break, then stop handing them your debit card and asking for another beatdown. Because if change is to happen, then we need to stop funding the problem and start working on the cure. The only language these publishers speak is money. And the only way to get their attention is to stop giving them your money. Don't pre-order. Don't pay extortionate prices to be rewarded with half-finished garbage. Vote with your wallet or get used to paying far, far more for far, far less.